Hi guys, so today I'll be doing a book inspired makeup look for The Lie Tree by, now I can't remember the author's name, Frances Harding, I think. Yes, I don't have it to hand in front of me, which is irritating. I didn't think of that, I am dumb. Anyway, I won't be going into too much depth about my thoughts on this book here, as I've already kind of discussed them in my June wrap-up, so if you haven't already seen that, check that out. I'll have it in the cards for you. But yeah, despite not enjoying the book as much as I had hoped to, I can't deny how cool the cover is. So I hadn't done a book-inspired look for a while, so I thought, you know what, here's my chance to do an inspired look for, oh yes, The Lie Tree by Frances Harding. That's it, I remembered. So I'll briefly just discuss some of my points for my review. As usual, I have a full review, including spoilers, on Goodreads now. I don't know if it's just a mobile device at the moment, but Goodreads does show spoilers, which is annoying. They do have a warning, this text may contain spoilers, and then it's like exposed on the mobile version. But on the desktop version, if you do the the coding to hide spoilers, it seems to still work on the desktop version. So if you did want to look at my written review, I'd suggest going to the desktop version, so then I believe these spoilers are blanked out and you can click to view them if you wanted to. But anyway, this book had me honestly so conflicted. I had no idea how hard it was going to be to get into it, and admittedly there were times where I was wondering why I was forcing myself to read this. I tend to like when it's a slow build to big things, so you can spend time getting to know the characters and, you know, developing emotions for them, caring for them. But I felt like this was boring, and over 100 pages into it nothing was happening. So what didn't work for me? I'm just briefly going to outline some of the points. I think it all began with like a mild irritation of myself not understanding the time period. I may have missed something, but although we had hints to the setting through conversations, for example, not knowing for certain left me lost, and because of that I couldn't fully throw myself into the story. I was confused and I didn't like not knowing where I was, like, mentally, if that makes sense. And following on from that very quickly, I found the pacing to be incredibly slow. It just dragged out. Usually, I've mentioned this like in other reviews, it takes me about 50 pages to get into a book and kind of understand the general layout and basis of it. But this one, I was still struggling by page 100, so that was just frustrating in itself. I couldn't get on with a lot of the characters for the most part. There was some that just lacked, I don't know, personality. Our main character, Faith, wasn't very, how do I explain, she wasn't very likeable as a character, and just in general I didn't know, I guess, exactly what this book was about. I had a complete different idea to what I was expecting as to what I got from the story, and that whole thing just kind of had a weird feeling over my head. However, by the last 100 pages or so, that's when I was really torn, because I was like, oh my god, that last couple of chapters was amazing. I truly did enjoy reading it. I was excited to pick it up, and I was excited to see where the story would end. So I was battling between a 2 stars and a 2.5 stars, and when the plot twisted, it shot straight up to a 3 star, which, you know, is still like, it's a mediocre, okay book, but I didn't know how to feel, because for so long I was just like, this is so, why am I still reading it? And then I didn't know if it deserved a 3 star, because it was only the last little bit that made me feel excited. So I don't really know, I was really conflicted with this. I would recommend this though, only if you're expecting a kind of historical, I guess, family feud, murder mystery concerning a strange plant, and not really fantasy based in terms of the actual lie tree. I guess just don't go into this with really solid, I'm expecting it to be like this sort of views. So yeah, I ended up giving it a 3 star. So, my main focus in terms of the makeup inspiration for this book were the colours of green, black and brown. I knew I wanted to try and do a smoky, soft, sort of deep halo eye. I wanted the green to reflect a typical plant being overtaken by the darkness, which to me represents the lie tree in this story, and I wanted the white for the fruit, with green undertones, which I thought I kind of would give through the highlighter. So I also wanted the cool tones of dead looking lips, which I think was inspired by the death surrounding this story as well, and what I feel like happens when the lie tree, I don't know, does its thing, almost sucks from you. It just describes or illustrates, I suppose, in terms of makeup form, how I imagine the lie tree to work, which obviously I'm not going to go into detail because I want you to read books and kind of understand for yourself. I don't know why I said books, I meant book. But yes, please enjoy the rest of this makeup look. That's all my thoughts about the book and the inspiration in terms of makeup, so do enjoy the rest. I'll have a few more makeup inspired book looks coming out shortly after this, I do believe, so enjoy.
Feel fucking